Well, hello, everybody. I'm assuming this is live. It says we're live 7 seconds ago. Steve, I don't know how to. I, I I don't. I'll have to check it once I get on my laptop when I go in the house. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm just scheduling through StreamYard, and it should be doing just fine. But things happen that are beyond my control. Okay, so I'm just continuing this. I was out here cutting anyway, and I thought, well, I might as well go live and have some company and maybe provide some of y'all some entertainment. Hello, Bill. Thanks for coming. I've already said hello to everybody else, I think. Larry. So Robin is sitting there to read anything that I need read to me, and I'm going to try to finish this sign and hopefully the number 5. This is still number 4.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Bill. Hey, Pat. Hi, Larry. Who else is there? Hi, Steve. Hey, Jason. Hi, Jerry.
And y'all feel free to share if you've a mind. Not now, meaning if you've a mind to, not if you have a mind. That's an old saying that my granddaddy would say years ago. If you've a mind to, that means if you don't mind. At least it's not as bad as what they say in East Tennessee. My oldest son-in-law is in East Tennessee, and if I ask him, would you like to go fishing this weekend or something of that nature, if he wants to or would like to go, he says, I don't care to. Now, where I come from, I don't care to means I don't want to. But in East Tennessee, I don't care to means sure. I don't get it.
I used to ask my mom if I could have something when I was younger, and she'd say, I don't care, and I don't care always meant yes. So I was like, cool.
Yeah, I don't care means yes, but I don't care to is just the opposite.
Steve Season. Hi, Steve.
Esteban, how you doing, brother?
Do you want to make me smaller so they can see?
Oh, yeah. Sorry
Hi,
about that,
Josh.
gang.
Josh is here.
Cerebral flatulence. Hello, Josh.
So yesterday I put all my paintbrushes in water, but all the little pots that I had the paint in, they're still sitting there. Oh well, baby steps.
Yeah, baby steps. She's learning, folks. At least she's somewhat trainable. Is that better?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, folks. Went to the air show in Houston this weekend. Wings over Houston. I recorded 93, well, 91, I think, videos. 90 or 91 videos. Got a couple of stills. Got them all downloaded last night. I will be putting together a video of that. It will go on this channel as soon as I get it all edited. It was a lot of fun. The Canadian snowbirds were there. The thunderbirds were there. It was a great time.
Can't wait.
You may have seen a little tease of that on my Instagram and Facebook pages.
Jason says, finally cleaning her brushes. And Josh says, cleaning your brushes, probably needed to throw them out and get new brushes. Probably. Well, I threw out a bunch of them before that. So these were new brushes that I had just gotten. Bill says, re-aim the overhead camera. I guess they can't see very good.
This camera right here where my finger is?
Yeah.
Oh, the light's probably blowing you out.
No, it's because we can see the blower. It's kind of covering. The cam is doing the Charlie wobble.
I don't understand.
When you're scrolling, the cam's moving up and down.
Is it? Oh,
No,
yeah, it is.
Bill says no, the one in the upper left.
Oh, I got that one so you can see me. You mean like that?
We'll just see what he says. He hasn't said yet. Okay, they said it's good.
Is that better? Likewise. It still gives me enough light to see, but it's not washing the picture out quite as bad, I don't think.
Bill says we see you when you lean down to scroll.
Hi, buddy.
Steve C says, very cool, Billy. I haven't been to an air show since the whole BRAC bullcrap in the 90s closed Griffiths AFP. I used to love going to them, and I know my daughter, who's never been to one, would too. I went to one before, right here in town, and it was so much fun. I loved it. And they had the stealth fighter there. I just love those big planes. They're my favorite. I like the snowbirds too, but I don't know. I feel like they're regular planes. I like the big ones.
They had, they had. I was stationed at Air Force bases for years because I was a DoD employee, and every year, pretty much at most every base I was at was an air show. And there's 3 bases here in San Antonio, so there's usually an air show at one of the other. And uh, so I've been to a number of them. I've seen the Blue Angels only one time. They're pretty cool. I've seen the Thunderbirds a bunch of times. I've never seen the Snowbirds until this past weekend. And it's always a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed the air shows. The F-22 was awesome. It always is. It does things that no aircraft would be able to do, especially a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see some of that in the video. And that's the stuff they can show us. That's not the stuff that it can do. It does more. And the it was cool. They had a bunch of static displays. They had a Huey. The Commemorative Air Force used to be the Confederate Air Force. The Commemorative Air Force was there with their B-17 and P-51, and they had a Hellcat and a Bearcat, and just a bunch of stuff. A Cobra, an Aero Cobra, a King Cobra, um, B-17, B-24. Uh, anyway, just a bunch of airplanes. And the static display was set up, and it was kind of cool. There was two helicopter gunships there. Like I said, a Huey Cobra gunship, and the Apache was there. And they had this one area cordoned off with ropes and cones, like they did around a bunch of the airplanes. And out in the middle of this cordoned off section was a ladder, like those ladders that they used to go up to the cockpit of the fighters. And a sign said "Stealth Fighter." There was nothing there but the ladder. I thought it was hilarious. That fighter was so stealth you couldn't see it.
Yeah,
But
it was
it was
invisible.
hilarious. Yes, Bill, they did the surprise flyby from behind the crowd a couple of times.
Did you get that on film?
Yes.
Jason Rogers says, my parking lot at work overlooks our local airport. Never gets old watching the land and take off. I love that. And Steve C says, yeah, I've seen the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds too. They used to do a regular open house every year. The Blue Angels came here once, and because there's an airport across the river from my backyard, I got to see them. So I saw those once, and usually I see the snowbirds like every year.
The snowbirds were pretty cool.
They have some cool tricks, you know.
Uh, not as cool as the Thunderbirds, but they were pretty cool. Thunderbirds are always They, in their formation flying, the Thunderbirds flew closer together than I've seen them fly in years, which I was really happy about. They were at in a couple of their formations, they were 18 inches apart.
Wow,
Yeah, that's
scary.
yeah, that's enough to scare the crap out of. I don't care who you are. That's when you see them doing their stuff. That's about as close to a midair collision as you're going to get without having.
Josh asks, "What's your camera attached to?" Because yeah, it's bouncing. Maybe move it back a bit or something.
Well, the problem isn't what it's attached to. It's the fact that it's up against the stand that the saw is on, and that's why it's a vibrator. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can rectify that a little bit.
Shay's here. Hi, Shay.
Hey, Shay. Okay. Can y'all still see that all right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll try this. How about now?
Yeah, it's way better.
No more camera shake. Sorry about that, folks.
I should get out my new hot glue gun and plug it in and glue up my little biker guy. Larry says that makes the lighting better as well. Josh says dead air.
Dead air.
He said Billy muted.
No, Billy's not muted.
Jason got a new logo. It's the Punisher. Oh my God. Today at Dollarama, they had a Punisher costume. Yeah, I saw it. I didn't buy it though.
Oopsie.
Josh says he couldn't hear your saw. You got a quiet saw.
My daughter's hosting another Halloween costume party. She almost always does.
Oh yeah. Got any ideas for a costume?
I'm thinking about going as Drunk Thor again.
What? You need something new.
I like my Drunk Thor costume. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but they've all seen it. You need something new.
Oh, I've got a couple they haven't seen.
I like to make a new one every year. Usually my cousin has a party. But I always like something original.
Last year? Was it last year or year before last? I think it was year before last. Last year was the whole COVID thing. Year before last, the theme was Ghostbusters, and they wanted me to be Slimer, so I didn't dress up.
Haha.
I wasn't going to be Slimer.
Why not?
No. Because I didn't want to.
Oh, party pooper.
Uh-huh. The year that I went as Drunk Thor, it was Marvel. I don't remember if it was Marvel or just superheroes.
Bill says my granddaughter is going as Beetlejuice. My husband went as Beetlejuice one year, and then my cousin wanted to borrow the outfit, and I think she was Beetlejuice for like 4 or 5 years in a row, and she kept going to the bingo, and she'd win all these costume contests because it was an awesome costume. Steve C says, it's not like he'd make a good Tarzan, Robin. You got to work with what you got. And then just laugh.
That's right, Steve. That's right.
I usually go as like funny costumes. Like one year I went as like I was in a bubble bath, and I bought this planter thing that I cut the hole out of the bottom so it looked like I was in a tub, and then I had all these white balloons like for bubbles, and I bought this shower cap for my head, and I had like a loofah that I carried, and that was my costume. Like super easy, but it was a hit.
I could always go as Fat Bastard from Austin Powers. However, more often than not, he didn't have many clothes on, and nobody wants to do that.
Larry says, I've only been to one costume party. I went as Otis from Andy Griffin. I don't know who that is. And Steve C says, Drunken Thor it is. Josh says, Billy gonna go as the Michelin Man. Josh!
I could do that. I could go as the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man too.
Yeah!
I wanted to go. I wanted to do Stay Puft Marshmallow Man for the Ghostbusters thing, but my son-in-law already was, so couldn't have two of us.
What about one of the dogs, like the dog statue thing from Ghostbusters? What did you end up going as? You could have just went.
For the Ghostbusters thing, I didn't dress up.
What?
Nope.
You should have just put a sheet on and went as a ghost.
Okay.
Why do you want to dress up like women?
Who?
Steve says Cleopatra after a few too many bonbons. And then Larry says Robin, he was the town drunk on the Andy Griffin show. Oh. Bill says, I don't need a costume. I'm scary enough looking as it is. Oh.
That makes two of us, Bill.
Two years ago, I took a bunch of Dollarama bags, they're green, and I used hot glue and I folded them all and cut them all and I made them into a Christmas tree costume. And I had like Christmas decorations that I draped all across the front and everything. And we went to the store here in town and they had like a little elf shirt. So my husband went as the elf and I was the Christmas tree. Russ is here. Hi, Russ.
Yeah. Hey, Russ.
Larry says that he guesses I'm not old enough for that show. You're right. I mean, thanks, Larry.
I broke a blade. I were pushing too hard. That's what you get.
I'm waiting for Steve C. Why don't you go as a gnome? Oh, you already did. You did that one already.
Not to my daughter's house. I haven't been there in my gnome costume.
Oh.
So I can do that. I was thinking about it anyway.
Is there a theme?
No. Not this year. Not that I was told.
Bill says, where's the guy from that state up north, Michigan? Doug, I guess. And Larry says, how many? Bill wants to know where Doug is. And Larry says, how many is that for this project?
Oh, Larry, I don't have any idea.
A lot.
A few, for sure.
I feel like one time it was 9, the other time was 5. So that's 14. We're not counting.
No.
So that sign rings true. Give much even if you have little, because you gave a lot of blades for this project. Now I want to make a Halloween costume.
Oopsie. This border is going to be a little thin. Nobody will notice.
We won't tell.
That's why I have a sander.
What does your shirt say?
It says, I'm not lazy. I just really enjoy doing nothing. That's straight as a snake. But I wasn't really trying hard. I was going fast. Was it this project I broke 9 on? On one
Yeah,
of those pieces? Are you sure?
I think so.
I don't
Want me to
remember.
go look?
No. I know it's been a few.
Oh, I think it was the hummingbird, actually. You're right.
Yeah, it was the hummingbird.
Mm-hmm.
This one I've not broken that many because I'm just cutting pine.
That's the wood my dad brought, pine. Hey, look, there's Doug.
Hey, buddy.
Larry says, you're going to have to slow down on the breakage if you want to get done by Christmas because your replacement blades are stuck off the coast of California. Hi, Doug.
Yeah, because everybody's being stupid, especially. Never mind. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it.
What does this one say? just asked where you were. And then you appeared. Hi, John S. John S. is here.
Hello, John. I just did what?
We were just asking where Doug was, and then he appeared.
He's good at that. Actually, he's good at it. I'm good at it. Kim's good at it. If we're in a hangout, someone asks, "Where's so and so?" They usually show up. This one says, "Forgive, especially yourself. Forgive all, especially yourself."
What did it say? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Robin,
What? I'm sorry. What did it say?
it says, "Forgive all, especially yourself."
Oh, okay.
Why would you ask me a question and then not pay attention to the answer?
I got a text.
Oh my God! I'm gonna ground you from your phone.
I'm sorry.
Bobby, for the love of all that's holy, leave her alone.
Glasses.
Did you share my video, Robin?
Did I hear what?
Did you share my video?
Uh, okay, hang on a sec.
I guess that's a no. Wow.
I can only do like one thing at once.
Yeah. Tell Bobby to get her foot in here.
I already asked her.
Oh.
Well, I told her earlier.
Ah! What the? 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 I don't like it that.
Okay, post it on Facebook, and I'm gonna go post on Instagram. Okay. Let's see what happens. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
he turned a maple leaf / dish bowl thing today. Cool.
Cool.
Send me a pic. Wait, do you have Facebook? What?
Oh, was it like the one Tim Yoder did? Oh, it's smaller than his. Okay. Yeah, Tim Yoder did a pretty cool one. He did.
Mike says he saw that video and had a nice piece of oak in his firewood. It's smaller than his, though.
Josh said, Robin, put your phone away. You can't multitask.
Sorry. I read the chat.
You didn't read Josh's. Because you were on your phone. I saw you.
Oh, okay, sorry. It's not my fault.
Oh, really?
I get distracted easily. Bill says, how true, Josh? Josh is getting me in trouble.
No, you're getting you in trouble.
Josh says, squirrel.
Tell you the same thing I tell my grandkids when they say, you get me in trouble. No, you're getting you in trouble.
And Bill says ADD. Yeah, no kidding. And Jerry says, sorry I missed the beginning. My gnome house burnt down. Was talking to insurance fairy. The bridge troll said I'm not covered, so I guess I'll have to rebuild on my own. And Bill said, tension your blade, Billy.
Why were you playing with fire, Jerry? It felt right, Bill, was it not?
Welcome back, Jerry. I finished my fairy house and I'm happy. It looks so good. I love it.
It does look good.
Jerry says it was a fireplace accident that got out of control. Jason says, Jerry, the bridge troll's name is Tim. I don't want to read that. Jerry says, thought it would be cool to have a working fireplace. It's not cool. Is it hot? I know what it is.
Mine will not be having a fireplace.
Mine almost had a house that looked like a fireplace, but I tore it apart. Jason says, Monty Python's Holy Grail. Come on, people. What's that noise? Josh says, Robin, did you get your waterfall finished? Yeah, I'll show it to you. There it is. Look at the pond. I love the pond. Whoops. Okay, I'll pick it up. Isn't it cute? I love the little house on the top and the trees.
You want me to make it big?
I don't know. They can see me, I guess. Thanks. I love it. Thanks, Pam. I love the trees. They're all sparkly. And the little house here is cute. Let's see there. Look at the pond. Wait, hang on. I mean, the house is going to fall again.
Why don't you glue those houses down and they don't be falling over?
Well, I glued one down, but not the other. Look at it. Isn't it cute? And the trees. I scrolled the trees. I'm not crazy about this house, though. Still. It's okay. But yeah, that's it. There was a unicorn, but it wasn't allowed. Thanks, Pam. Yeah, I know. I really love how the pond turned out. The waterfall could have been better, though. But my computer, I'm running out of ink, so we had to modify it a little.
This is the door to mine. And where the resin is, that'll be sanded off. I cut that out and filled it with purple, blue, and red resin. So
show it closer.
That'll be sanded off.
Show the blue part closer.
I don't know if I can.
Josh says I need to attach the house and the bottom of the waterfall. You think I should attach the bottom?
After I get the doorway done, then
yeah, maybe
I will finish the cutting and hollowing of the mushrooms to fit the door. Just a little piece.
My glue gun broke yesterday. But today,
let me show you, Pam. I haven't turned them yet. I've been out of town this weekend. I didn't get back until last night. But there's your pink and your blue or your teal.
Cute.
Those are going to be tea light holders.
Pam says, awesome, Billy. And Larry says, fancy, fancy, Billy.
I hope it's awesome. It's a new resin that I'm trying. It feels softer than what I'm used to, which means it should turn fine. I just don't know how well it'll polish. We're going to find out. It could be a disaster in the making.
Maybe it'll be awesome.
It is. It's on me.
Pam says, oh, pretty, thanks. If it is, you'll just have to make it over.
Yeah. I got plenty of teal. I have plenty of pink and plenty of teal, so that's not the problem. And I've got enough good resin I say good resin. I don't know that this is bad resin. It's a new, thinner resin. I like it because it is thinner. It does take longer to cure. I had it in the pressure pot for 3 days. And I don't even know that it needs pressure. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't have bubbles, so I put it in the pressure pot. Better safe than sorry. It's a little bit less expensive than the resins I've been using. I got another one too, another new one. It's supposed to be equivalent to liquid diamonds, which does not need that pressure. And I haven't tried it yet either.
Bill says, is it better for deep casting? Oh, the fairy fell out too. You're right, I should glue it down tomorrow.
I don't know yet, Bill. I only cast those 2 solo cups so far with it. So Pam's sea light holders were my guinea pigs. If it turns out to be good stuff, then I'm going to be contacting the people I get it from and seeing if I can't get sponsored. And I will be putting the links to it so that everybody else can try it. Has no odor to speak of that I can discern anyway. That may change when I start turning. I don't know that it's made for deep casting.
Pam's leaving. Bye, Pam.
All right, night, Pam. Thanks for stopping by. Always appreciated, lady.
And she said, bye. I like you guys. We like you.
Yeah, Pam's a sweetheart.
Jason says, even Josh?
She don't know Josh that well yet.
I think Josh is funny.
So does Josh. And he is sometimes. You're right.
Josh says, Billy doesn't send me to my room. I think he did once, though, on one of my lives, because I was rewatching it and I heard him say, Josh, go to your room.
I think I remember that.
I just have to be right back.
Oh no! I've been abandoned. Whatever shall I do? I will scroll on. That's what I shall do. Oh, I was reminded. I don't know what reminded me, but I just had to stop. Out of all the air shows I've been to, even when I was active duty, I don't remember ever seeing an SR-71 in an air show. However, when I was active duty and stationed at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, they had a special hangar for the Blackbird. It would come in on occasion, and you could always tell when the Blackbird was there because that special hangar was surrounded by security police. Back then, the security police was two different career fields. You had the security police, which was basically your gate guards and your rear guards, rivet counters we called them, because they were always guarding airplanes. And then you had law enforcement. Well, today it's all one career field. Anyway, you could always tell when the Blackbird was on station because there would be about 20 security police surrounding the hangar to keep anybody from getting in because it was still secret. This was or super secret. It was back in the early 70s, early mid, and the SR-71 was awesome. It usually came in late at night and it left early in the morning. And I was working mid, which is midnight, 8 in the morning. And Josh telling me to be quiet, or is he telling Bill? Anyway, uh, so the Blackbird was on station, and we knew it. And I was working on an airplane one morning, working on an F4. That was my airplane. Anyway, I was working on an F4, and we see the lights. We see the hangar open up, and we see the lights, and we see taxi down to the end of the runway. And if you've never seen an SR-71 take off at night with full afterburner, you have missed it because it was absolutely phenomenal.
Cool.
In full afterburner, the plane was not, because of the fuel that the SR-71 used, the plane wasn't orange or yellow, it was blue. And it in full afterburner, inside the plane were these little diamond-shaped things called heat diamonds, and they were a brighter blue. And the afterburner flame off of this thing was at least 60 feet long. It was absolutely incredible watching that thing take off.
Sounds cool. So basically, they were saying when I left, Bill said, now we can talk about her. And then Josh said, Bill, we could do that when she's here because she doesn't read the chat. Oh my God. It's not that funny.
Oh, that was funny, Josh. That was funny. It really was.
It wasn't.
Sorry. I thought it was funny. See, every now and then, Josh gets in a good one. That was a good one.
That's what ROFLMAO sounds like, people.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I was one night. I don't know if I should say this out loud. One night, we weren't supposed to go into active radar on the ground. We were only supposed to use the built-in test of the radar system. But we've been working on this one airplane, and I was weapons control system technician, which means I worked on the avionics that uh, found, acquired, and locked on targets for the missile systems to shoot down. And if we could not, we worked on this plane for over a week, and we could not duplicate the problem with the built-in test. So we hooked the hydraulic card up to it so that we could tweak the antenna. And that night, the SR-71 happened to be taken on. And I, being enterprise young sergeant that I was, I thought, let's test this tracking system out and see what it'll do. So I went into, I powered up the hydraulic system and turned the radar on to operate, not built-in test, and started sweeping the area. And I was, the aircraft were facing in the same direction that the SR-71 took off. Hey, JJ. So I locked onto it for about a second. And I mean about a second. As soon as I locked on, the uh, the SR-71 didn't carry weapons, but they had the back seater, and he took care of all of the electronic countermeasures, ECM. And so he turned ACM on big time, and I went from seeing one target to seeing no targets to seeing 6 targets. He did everything in the world he could to keep me from locking onto him. Needless to say, the next morning, we all got called into the commander's office because it got reported that somebody was sweeping or targeting, not targeting, but locking onto or trying to lock onto the SR-71, and that is a big no-no. I was never, I don't guess I was ever found out because I've probably been Article 15 though, or at least letter of reprimand. I never did it again. Not
You
to
were
an
lucky.
not to an SR-71 anyway. I did do it to a B-52, and that's a different story. And I'll save that one for another time.
Josh says, better not laugh too hard, Billy. You'll break your new chair. And Jason says, watch out, Robin. You get poked in the ribs when you least expect it. I'm looking up SR-71. Ooh.
I got a bunch of flight line stories that will get me in trouble.
We better not say them live. And hi, JJ. I couldn't say hi because I didn't want to interrupt.
Anyway, long story short, I did find out what was wrong with the operator with the radar system over there. And the answer is nothing. It was operator error.
What do you mean?
The weapon systems officer, the backseater, wasn't using the system as it was designed to be used. He was using the wrong mode to do what it was he was trying to do. And in that particular aircraft, or not just that aircraft, but any aircraft that he was a backseater of, we get in the cockpit, work on the airplane after they land, and find remnants, but marijuana cigarettes.
Oh, really?
So yeah, he would.
Hi.
He was token up in the back seat.
Wow. How come you didn't become a pilot?
I applied for the Air Force Academy out of high school, and I didn't know that my father, because I wanted to be. I didn't know that my father could contact one of our congressmen and get me an appointment. So I went ahead and applied on my own recognizance, and I was .1 away on my GPA from being accepted.
Aw.
With congressional appointment, I've been in. So.
Oh, well, maybe there was a reason.
Yeah. Honestly, I wasn't ready for school then. I really wasn't. When I graduated, I was offered a 4-year scholarship at Texas Tech, and I didn't go because uh, I graduated from a little town in the Panhandle called Muleshoe, which is 80 miles west of Lubbock, which is where Texas Tech is, and that wasn't far enough away from my old man. So I joined the Air Force and volunteered for Vietnam. That's how smart I was. I was too smart for college.
And you went to Vietnam?
I was 17 years old when I enlisted. And when I was in tech school, I got orders to Vietnam. And 2 weeks after I got my orders, President Nixon said, "We're coming home." So I didn't go to Vietnam. And the wing that I was going to be assigned to was out of Seymour Johnson Air Force Base in North Carolina. So they went home, and I followed the wing to Seymour Johnson. But I did go to college uh, 10 years later after I got out of the Air Force. And I was ready for school then. I wasn't ready for school when I got out of high school. I would have majored in campusology, female anatomy, all kinds of weird things. And I just wasn't ready. But so I used my GI Bill and got my degree in 2.5 years, graduated with honors, and went on to graduate school.
So,
Taught biology for non-science majors at the University of Alabama. What?
keep going.
That's all right.
Steve C says, thumbs up, folks, unless you're a goober. Doug says, there's at least one goober in here, Steve. Bill says, there was one goober who gave a thumbs down.
Hello, Mervyn.
Steve C says, I see it.
Yeah, well, haters gonna hate.
Jason Rogers says, no goobers allowed. Our
Haters
goobers
gonna hate. I don't care. I really don't care. People can dislike me, thumbs down me. It doesn't make any difference. If you don't want to watch, don't come. You know. If you want to give me a thumbs down, give me a thumbs down. I don't care.
And Jason Rogers says, I'm reading the chat to myself. I try not to interrupt.
I reached self-actualization years ago. I don't. I don't need. I don't need attaboys from everybody. I just don't. I know what I am. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. I know what I can't do, and it don't matter.
Hi, Merv. Well, when I'm on my show, I don't even read my own chat. Yesterday, I didn't read it. I was just answering stuff the whole time. Murph says, amen, Billy. I'm the same.
And I try to be the same on here or in my videos or in the Hangout. I am what I am. What you see is what you get. I don't put on pretenses. I don't pretend to be something I'm not. Uh, I'm the same here, there, everywhere, today, yesterday, and tomorrow. It's not going to make any difference.
Jason says, but a constant thumbs down on lives is still a follower.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
So, give me all the thumbs downs you want. I don't care. It's no skin off my nose. And if you think that makes you feel good, go for it, big boy or girl or whatever. Whatever makes you feel good about yourself, knock yourself out.
I always feel guilty if I put a thumbs down. Like, I only ever did it, a couple of times. And I felt guilty after.
Well,
so
you probably shouldn't have done it.
I went back and changed it. Well, one time I didn't. Jason says, still a follower and still views.
I have given a thumbs down, but I told her it was a female Turner, and I told her in the comments why I thumbed her down. She took a beautiful piece of curly maple and covered it with so much color that you couldn't really see the figure of the maple anymore. Why you would take an expensive piece of wood like that and cover it with that much color? And, you know, if you're going to use a little bit of color to highlight the grain and let that grain pop and sing like it should, that's one thing. But it was just horrendous.
It's kind of breaking up and hard to hear. Just putting that out there. Jason says, still a follower and still views. Josh says, if I watch something that I want to give a thumbs down, I'll just leave instead of giving a thumbs down. Yeah, that's what I usually do. And Murph says, I'll give you a thumbs up, Billy. And he gave you like 4 thumbs up. And even I went to the thing and gave you a thumbs up.
So you can't hear me?
I can hear you. It's just it gets like a little mumbly or.
Okay. Well, let me do this. Now that my headset is charged, I'll put my.
Jason, all right. Jason says, Billy, don't give up anything. Just keep doing you. I haven't even started videos or lives yet. I hope to try someday.
All right. Hold on my microphone.
You need better internet, Jason. I'm just kidding.
Test. Is that better?
Yeah, way better.
Okay. Alrighty. So I've got you on my headset now. So the audio should be mucho better. And anyway, what I was saying was I gave a female Turner a thumbs down, but I told her in the comments why I did it. She took a beautiful piece of expensive curly maple, turned it and covered it with so much color that you couldn't see the figure anymore. And as far as I'm concerned, she ruined it. Why anybody would use that much color on a beautiful piece of expensive curly maple is beyond me. But you know, coloring is one thing if you're going to color it and it make that grain pop. But if you're going to cover it up, I mean, why just use plain wood if you're going to cover it up?
Bill says, was that Peggy?
It might have been Bill. Yeah, it was Peggy.
Jason, why haven't you started videos? You made those videos on your Facebook. Why couldn't you just upload that to Facebook? I mean, YouTube.
It's funny, Bill knew exactly who I was talking about. Because he's probably seen that video. Apparently, Steve C. has seen that video too. And that's not the only piece of curly maple she's done that with. She makes me crazy.
Josh says, I did a custom piece today and showed the customer. And then she changed her mind on the piece, so now we need to recut it. No! What'd she change her mind on? The whole thing, or?
Does she realize that those kinds of design? Yeah. Does she realize that those kind of design changes get figured into the cost, Josh?
Jason said, I could, but it takes hours and kills the internet for the rest of the house, so I use data on my phone when I have good service. Josh says, change the design and wording.
Yep, that's all well and good as long as she knows that it's reflected in the price.
That's like, remember when we designed my logo?
That night you drove Steve Nealon absolutely insane. Yes. How could I
And,
forget?
and I made him change the shirt like 15 times. And then I went back to the original.
And then you went back to the original.
Yeah, poor Steve. Josh says, yeah, it will add to the cost. The nice thing is, I didn't tell her, but I can still sell the piece later.
Yeah. All right. I'm not going to cut the border off of this live. I'll wait and do that later.
Why?
But because it's not that important, I want to get to this one. This is the last one.
Woo!
Yippee! This one says, never stop praying for the best for everyone.
Yeah. Even the thumbs down people. Bill says, why doesn't that surprise us, Robin, about the logo thing? And Mike says, I carved a large owl for someone out of laburnum once. It had beautiful brown and green colors with natural gold flecking. And she painted it brown.
Oh my God, Mike. That is sacrilegious.
Jason says, that's why you should always get an okay on the pattern before you cut. If they change after that, it's coming out of their pocket. And Merv says, hot diggity dog. Josh says, Jason, it's coming out of her pocket anyway.
All right. Tally ho.
Are you going to show us when you put the ribbon on it?
Oh, yeah.
Did you buy the ribbon yet?
No. No, I'm going to make her do that so she gets what she wants.
Yeah.
If I go pick it out, it'll be wrong.
You're never wrong.
Yeah.
Bill's leaving. He has to go. Bye, Bill.
All right, Bill. Have a good night.
Merv
Thanks
says,
for coming in, buddy.
you're not making anything tonight, Robin? Nope. I'm just here to watch TV.
Hey, now.
Joke. I mean, the Billy Bird show. That's what I'm watching.
I'm really liking this little Delta. I honestly am. I say little. It's not that little.
How's your stool tonight?
Not soft enough. And I'm not, and that I'm referring to the stool I'm sitting on, folks.
Oh. You went there.
I just wanted to be clear.
You went there before the chat went there.
Well, I figured they were not far from it if they hadn't already. You know? Especially Josh
and Jason. Josh says, Josh says X-Lax. And then he said prunes. And JJ says TMI.
Sorry, JJ.
You're at an hour, 31 minutes. Just
Thank you, ma'am.
know. What did you call me?
I said, thank you, ma'am. Well, you ain't a sir.
You could say miss.
I could say a lot of things.
You better be nice.
I'm always nice. She's always accusing me of being mean to her. I don't get it. I'm
Yeah.
never mean to her.
How about when you say no?
When I say no,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being
How,
mean. I'm being honest.
how about when you said, I'm ignoring you?
Crap.
Josh says he could have called you something worse.
Yeah, exactly. What in
Mem's
the world?
pretty Mem's pretty bad though.
Did it come loose? I feel like it just came loose. What, ma'am, is bad?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because it makes you sound old.
Makes you sound old?
Yeah.
It did come loose. I don't know why. It popped out of the bottom again. I got a little bend here. Let me straighten that out. Up, 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 up.
Larry says, I could probably get rich if I could come up with a welder to fix them blades. And Jason says, I say it to women way younger than me. It's just respect, like saying ladies.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
I was taught to say yes, sir, and no, sir, and yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. That's the way I was raised. It's a
well,
southern thing.
I like yes, miss better.
Yes, miss has never been in my vernacular.
Maybe you could change.
Uh, uh,
For me,
yeah, that's. I'm 66 years old, Robin. I doubt I'm capable of doing much change for anybody. Uh-oh.
well, I change all the time.
Yeah, no joke. Different subject.
Josh says it's too late for Billy to change. Well, maybe when you say yes, ma'am, next time I'll think yes, miss.
Well, just consider it what it is, me being polite rather than calling you an old woman.
Mm-hmm. Jason says Robin 1, Robin 2, Robin. What does that mean? My shirt? And Merv says, yeah, Robin, change your hearing. Ha ha ha. And Larry says, Robin, I'm kind of proud that I've reached the age to be called sir. It means I know and I've seen things. I don't get the Robin 1, Robin 2 thing.
When I was younger and people said sir to me, my response was usually, sir was my grandfather.
Oh, I get it. I meant my clothes.
Once in a while, well, when I was active duty and somebody called me sir, I would say, don't call me sir, I work for a living.
Larry says we're both wearing red and our hair color is kind of the same.
Who?
You and I.
Our hair color is the same?
That's what he said. Kind of the
Larry,
same.
change your glasses. Oops. Yes, Jason. Sir is a sign of is respect, just like ma'am.
And Josh says, Larry, Billy's not a blonde.
No, Billy is a gray, a silver, a whatever. Besides, Larry, my hair color is bald. Robin isn't.
Merv says, Santa, ho, ho, ho. And Josh says, Billy is a distinguished silver. And Larry said, I did say kind of the same.
Oh.
Well, before the live, I had on a black shirt that I changed.
A distinguished silver.
And Larry says, late. Tell us some more stories.
More stories, huh? That period when I was on working the flight line was about the same time that the radar guns came out. And the law enforcement guys they love to go out to the flight line and sit over by the age hangars. Age is aerospace ground equipment. And they would like to sit in front of the age hangars and use their radar guns on all the flight line trucks and tractors and whatnot and give tickets because there was a speed limit on the flight line you weren't supposed to exceed. And one day I was working on a plane. I had hydraulics on the antenna, and I went to full operate mode. And there is a mode you can go into on the radar system of the F4 called CW, which stands for continuous wave. The radar system, the way it works is it sends pulses of RF, radio frequency, and those pulses get bounced back. That's how the radar system knows that where the target is because of how long it takes to get there and back, etc. Well, once you lock onto a target, in order for the missile to track properly, it don't use pulses. You have to have continuous radio frequency transmission, which is what the continuous wave was for. And it's a little bit stronger than the pulses. So the missile can get a good true signal. And so they take their guns out to the flight line. I'm sitting in the cockpit, and one of these security forces or law enforcement guys is leaning up against his car over by the age hangar, and he's almost dead in front of me, about 100 yards off, but dead in front of me. So there was a joystick in the back seat that you could control the antenna with. So you could basically point the antenna anywhere you wanted to point it. So I pointed the antenna in his general direction as he was using the radar gun to track the speed of one of the vehicles on the flight line. And I turned CW on just to see what would happen. He looked at that gun, and he looked at the vehicle that went by, and he looked back at that gun again. I think I fried it.
Oh, shoot.
Because he tried to use it several times after that, and he never could get a reading. So I think I fried it. And then we got called into the commander's office about that one too. Nobody knew who did it except me and my 3 level. But I wasn't the only one. Before long, it happened so often. And like I said, I wasn't the only one doing it. I was just the first. It happened so often that after about a month, I don't know how many radar guns they went through, but they quit parking in front of the airplanes to use their radar guns on the flight line vehicles. they would park behind the aircraft.
Josh says, Billy, she wants more stories so she doesn't have to do her job. Larry says, I've had 5 hair colors in my lifetime. Blonde, red, auburn, black, and now salt and pepper. Mike says, victim of the 1980s, Larry? Yep. Me too. And Doug says, me too. I have shiny also. Shiny.
Well, that ain't gonna work.
Steve is leaving. He said night
Hey.
all.
Hey, Steve. Night. Drink. I just broke a blade.
Larry says, back when I had a boat, I used to love to leave my fish finder on while driving through town. A fish finder will burn up a radar gun quick.
Oh, wow. Really? Steve. There it is. Night, buddy. Thanks for coming by.
That's 2 tonight. Only 2.
Yep. Only 2. 2's enough, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Larry says sonar against radar. I want candy.
No, you don't.
I've been really good since Sunday.
What?
I've been really good since Sunday.
This is only Tuesday.
Sunday I had that cheesecake. You know, a finger slice.
Yeah, that was bigger than a finger.
I couldn't help it. It's so good.
Hey.
But I haven't had anything since then. And I work with chocolate and ice cream all day long. How tempting is that?
Pretty tempting.
Josh says, finger slice, that's the size of the entire cake. I know, I was like, I have fat fingers. But I didn't like the crust. She didn't do it the same. Usually she uses Nilla wafers for the crust, and it's so good. But this time, I don't know, she used something else. I didn't like it. But there was so many different pies to choose from. It was coconut, pumpkin, lemon, and caramel pecan cheesecake. And my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, they had a slice of each one on their plate. I almost took a picture of it.
How many different kinds of cakes and pies?
There was pumpkin, lemon, coconut, cream, and cheesecake.
Oh,
Four,
crap.
four. There was 2 pumpkin pies. And they made homemade whipped cream too. Yeah, you didn't catch that. Murph says, pecan.
Yeah, I caught it.
You caught it and you let me get away with it?
No, I was going to say something later. Pecan. Indeed.
I'm sorry. Larry says, hold your thumb up like a painter, and if you stand back far enough, only eat a piece that fits behind your thumb. Wouldn't that be like the whole thing?
Yeah, but 4 slices of pie is nearly the equivalent. It's like two. It's at least a third of a pie, if not nearly a half. Depends on how it's cut.
And homemade whipped cream on top. And we had just eaten dinner.
If I ate like that, I wouldn't be able to get through my shop door.
And we had just eaten dinner, and like there was so much food too. There was like turkey, ham, potatoes, carrots, turnips. She made this sweet potato pie thing with pecan topping. There, I said it right that time.
With pecans?
Yeah, this sugary topping stuff on it.
Yeah, I hate those kind of sweet potatoes.
Oh, it was so good, but I
I'm not
only
big.
had
I'm not big on sweet potatoes anyway.
I only
I like
had like this much, not even.
I like sweet potato fries.
Mike said if you cut round slices, it's the equivalent of two pie. And Josh says pecan is the empty soda bottle that you pee in. Oh my god!
That's right.
And
That's what you take on a road trip.
And Larry says, well, if you don't cut it, it's only one piece, right? I didn't take very much of anything. Well, I took a lot of carrots and turnip.
Carrots and what?
Turnip.
How was the turnip cooked?
I think they did it in the Instapot.
I like turnips.
Usually, my cousin makes this carrot and turnips mixed together, and she puts a little bit of brown sugar. Oh, it's to die for. But she didn't make it this time. Oh.
For those that are unaware, Canada just had their Thanksgiving, which is what Robin is referring to.
Mike was saying a bad math joke, but I guess I didn't get it. Me not get something? Never. You're at 157. Just letting you know.
I try to keep these at 2 hours, don't I?
Well, one time he went like a lot longer.
Yeah.
Do a 12-hour.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Why not? I had fun.
No. I don't
So-
know how much longer my butt's going to let me sit on this stool.
Larry says, well, happy Thanksgiving to the Great White North. Josh says, Billy needs to beat Robin's record.
Billy needs to just not.
Billy was there.
Yeah.
What I really want right now is popcorn, and I don't have any. Mike says, at the end of a 12-hour, the fairies are real. I wasn't even tired at the end.
I was.
I got tired, though, like around the 9-hour mark or so. I was feeling it. But then I wanted to do that motorcycle, and then that got me awake again.
That motorcycle turned out nice.
I know, it's so cute. I love it. Josh says, ask Doug for popcorn. And Larry says, I like watching yours and John's lives when I'm working in my shop. And Chris Nealon's here. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
I'm going to get the motorcycle. It's so cute. I love it. Isn't it cute? I cut it out of that laminate flooring. I like cutting out of that. It's nice. Like, it's easy to cut. Thanks, Merv. You were supposed to put
I'll be glad when I get my new scroller drill in, because this thing drills crooked and it sometimes pinches my blade, which is why I've been breaking so many, like that one there.
Doug said, I put the popcorn away and now I'm eating.
Damn it.
Goat.
Dang it.
Chever. How do you pronounce that? That I made. Let me look at that.
That chaps my hinder parts there, folks.
Oh, is it cheese?
I'm guessing it's cheese.
Chevra. Chev?
I thought Steve was leaving, or was that Steve Nealon?
Yeah, Steve Nealon.
Oh.
Chris Nealon says, very nice. I don't want a pickle. I just want to ride my motorcycle.
Yep. Sung by who?
I don't know that one. Is it old?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty old. Pretty old.
Chris thinks it's Alice's restaurant.
Well, that's not who sang it.
Are you Googling it?
No, I'm putting a blade on. Get your foot off the foot feed, you dummy. For some reason, I'm thinking Arlo Guthrie, but
It's, yeah, you're right. Arlo Guthrie, motorcycle song.
hey, guess what?
What?
I missed a pilot hole.
What? You never. You always spot them so much. From far away.
Yep. I missed the dot on this eye. That's all right. It gives me a chance, an excuse to stand up and rest my gluteus maximus.
You were supposed to put a pillow down or that lawnmower thing. Air. Josh says Robin's rubbing off on Billy.
What lawnmower thing?
Air something. Like inner tube. That's it.
Oh, a lawnmower inner tube. Yeah,
I remembered.
you did. Well,
Doug said Billy's covered.
covered in what?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. That looks like a cake, Mervin. I'm really hungry at the moment. I better drink some water. He sent me a picture of Santa Claus.
What in the world?
Scroll.
Well, that did not want to go in there. And I don't know why.
Maybe
I don't know.
the hole wasn't big enough?
No, the hole was big enough.
Doug says, I meant his shirt is buttoned all the way to the top. He is covered. What does that mean? Josh says, Billy, it helps if you drill all the way through the board.
You funny boy. You're so funny. Make me laugh wrong time.
Steve C says no butt crack.
I don't know what you're talking about, Steve. I would never do anything like that. Never, ever, ever.
Josh said I was rubbing off on Billy, but his shirt is covering him up. I don't get it. And Chris Nealon says, stop mocking me. LOL.
That's kind of weird. I cut 2 pilot holes in the end and missed one in the eye. Way to go there, fat boy.
Were you distracted?
I don't know.
Jason said that was a go to your room moment.
What was?
I don't know. I'm confused.
Robin.
What?
Don't confuse my hired help, folks. She might quit.
I still don't get it. Josh says, how can we confuse hired help if she was born confused? Oh, okay. I get it now. And
Probably the blonde roots.
Larry says he's been in bed this whole time.
A little early to be in bed, ain't it, Larry? I mean, it's only 8:43 here.
Steve said, I don't know what's happening. I finally got the joke.
Did Russ come in earlier?
Yeah, you did.
I don't think I said hi to him.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Well, I sure hope so. I don't want to be rude. Because that just ain't my style.
Larry said, I've been in bed this whole time. That's where my TV is. I have two TVs. One's in my shop, and I am not there. And my other TV is in my bedroom. Doug said, I said nothing about hair color, Billy.
I know you didn't. Oh, we did, but he must have bailed. He never replied. Oh, who said nothing about hair color? Steve said way earlier. You okay, Doug? Doug said, are you in, Steve? Because you are frozen. Oh, they're in the hangout. Doug said, okay, all better now.
Steve said, it is getting colder.
Yeah, we got a cold front coming in starting tomorrow. I say it's a cold front. All it's bringing to us is rain. Their temperature is only going to be in the upper 80s instead of the 90s where it has been. And boy, we can tell because the humidity right now is unreal. I feel like I brought Houston level humidity back with me.
It got hot here too. Today was like, wait, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Hang on. It was 80, and it's normally like 68 or so.
It was 80 there?
Yeah.
Wow. It was 90 something here. But the humidity's so high, it felt like 100 and something. This is not October weather for sure. It's usually only in the 80s by this time of year.
Josh says global warming. Larry says, I can't get Hangouts to work on my phone, so I missed out. Jason said we had 74 today. Larry says it got to 82 here. Larry says, we're going to go from AC to heater this year, Billy. And Doug said, we started off at 67 and then it just got colder all day long.
Yeah, all we're supposed to get with this front is a bunch of rain. They're calling for flash flood starting tomorrow through Thursday morning. Oh, one of the aircraft at the air show was a MiG-15, but it had, they said it was a Chinese variant, but I don't know what kind of engine it had in it, but it was not an engine from that era because that thing was so quiet. It was probably the quietest of all the jets. And the MiG-15, I've seen one with the original motor, and they are, or the original engine, and they are not quiet by a long shot.
I'm looking it up. Is that like in Top Gun?
What's that?
The MiG?
The Top Gun was a little later model MiG. I think Top Gun was the 21.
Josh says we had 4.5 inches of rain in the last 30 hours.
Steve said it hit 77 today. I'm sure we'll pay for it soon. Yep. Mike says, I went up to the edge of the atmosphere in a MiG in the Czech Republic in the 1990s. Cool.
Cool. That's awesome. What did it look like? My eyes twitching like crazy.
Which MiG was it, Mike? What ain't flat? The atmosphere or the Earth?
Did you see like the horizon?
Oh,
Like,
Doug said.
what the hell?
Doug said a MiG 31. How do you know it was a MiG 31? You mean MiG 21?
Doug
He
says,
can't remember. He said could be a 35. I don't know.
Clint Eastwood stole a MiG 31 in Firefox.
That was a cool looking plane. I was still doing radio control at the time and wanted to build one really bad. I didn't, but I wanted to.
Steve C says, I know a guy who's in the 90s defected from Russia in a MiG. I'm pretty sure he flew it into Florida. He's since passed away. He was the type of person who leaves quite an impression on you when you meet him. Met him. Meet him. Did they base a film on that, Steve? Was it? All right. Something else. Hey, Connie's here. Hi, Connie.
Hi, Connie. How are you tonight, lady?
Josh is leaving. Bye, Josh.
Night, Josh. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Thanks for the laughs. Connie says, I'm well, just tired.
Okay, my earbuds just died,
Lynn's
so
hand.
I can't hear anything.
Oh.
I heard the last thing I heard was Connie said, "I'm well, Jit," and that was it. So let me switch back over to the speakers on my camera. I mean on my TB. Cortana, why do you keep opening up? I don't use you ever.
Merv is leaving. Night, Merv. Oh yeah, he can't hear. So, night, Merv. And hi, Lynn. I'll tell Billy what you said in a minute.
I am not getting any audio at all. Let me go over here. Okay, say something, Robin.
Hi, hello. Hello, hi. Lynn's handcrafted.
Okay, now the speakers are working.
Lynn's
Are you talking?
Yeah, Lynn's handcrafted wood signs is here. I'm getting ready for bed. Saw you're on, Billy.
I can't hear you. The speakers work through the setup. See? Yeah, except I can't hear you. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll be.
Uh-oh. I guess it's going to reset. Hey, this is like that time John left me on his show.
Okay, that fixed it.
You're good now?
Yeah, I don't know why I had to. I don't know why I had to exit StreamYard in order to get audio through my speakers, but I did, and it worked, and we're good. Night, Mervin.
Lynn is here.
And Connie said she's good, except what?
Lynn is here. Getting ready for bed. Saw you were on, Billy. Stopped to drop my leg.
Hey, Lynn. No problem.
And Connie was down on the floor pulling staples and nails out of the floor. She's glad that is done.
Well, I bet. I don't blame you.
And Doug said Billy kicked himself out.
Yes, Billy did kick himself out so that he could fix the audio issue and come back in, which apparently I had to kick myself out in order to fix it. I may actually finish this in 3 hours.
So is anyone doing anything fun on the weekend? I mean, this weekend coming up? Connie said she was using her scroll saw yesterday. Cool, Connie. Did you do a video?
Oh, cool, Connie. What was you a scrolling?
Mike says they still do those MiG flights. It's a MiG-29 and now it costs 17,500 euros. Wow. Connie says, I'm working on my videos coming up because I will be in Utah for 12 days. Oh, yeah, that's right. No, I was just making a plug for a hole in my floor under my stove where a gas line used to be.
MiG-29, cool.
I read that.
Yeah, I was thinking that's what I heard. I wanted to make sure.
Oh, I apologize. Hear that, everyone? That'll be a nice break, though, Connie. Being away for 12 days. I couldn't do it, but I couldn't even do it for one day. I was on my phone like practically the whole time.
Did you have to pay for that ride, Mike, or did somebody pay for it for you?
Connie said, where I have my scroll saw at, I have to stand. Oh. And she said she's retired. Mike says, I paid for it. Was a contract programmer back then, so had more money than sense.
Yeah. Yeah, but I bet it wasn't 17,500 euros either. I mean, if I had the money, I'd pay for something like that. Right now, I'm like Connie, retired, as I think is what she said. And these days, retired is basically just another word for broke.
It was about 3,000 pounds, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pound symbol.
Connie says, we're okay. My husband has his retirement and Social Security. Google said 20,220 US dollars. Is that for it now?
That's for 17,500 euros.
I like that. I like the writing part of that sign. It's pretty. In today's money, Larry said.
Yeah, I can buy a lot of cool tools for that kind of money today.
I'm hungry. I'll be fine. Shay's back. Hi, Shay.
Hey, Shay. One more letter, and then I can do the fancy stuff.
Are you going to do the other one too? Like
This is the last one.
Yeah, but the other one you didn't finish. Remember, you didn't do the around it.
Oh, I didn't cut the border. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll be back.
I didn't say you could go anywhere. Yay! All the words are done. Now I can do these little hoochie floochies in here.
I'm back.
About time.
What do you mean? I got candies, but they're, I hate to say it, sugar-free. No added sugar. Okay, let's hear the lecture. And they're really small. See? Shay
No
says,
added sugar is not the same thing as sugar free.
I know. Shay wants to pick Doug's brain, and Doug says slim pickings in there. Shay says, LOL, it's full of knowledge. Doug says that's not how some see it, and what you need. Mmm, the candy's so good.
Well, my brain's not good enough, Shaylee. I see how it is.
Doug's like, quick, Billy, quick.
Nope. Billy got no answers.
She says, this isn't about turning. Is it about resin?
Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. I might make it by 3 hours.
Was that Yellow Submarine? Did you hear me? I don't think you heard me. Say whatever you want. I don't think you can hear me.
You talking to me?
Oh, no. I was talking to you, but you didn't answer.
Voss,
Oh, I asked you if the song you were humming was Yellow Submarine.
oh, no. Thanks for getting it in my head, though. We all live in a jello submarine, a jello submarine, a jello submarine. Wouldn't it melt?
Maybe it's traveling in more jello. Larry said, Robin, he had to turn the sound down so he could see what he was cutting.
I didn't turn the sound down. I didn't. I've got the TV speakers, which is how I'm watching this, set on like 78. I don't know what it maxes out at, but I'm getting close.
Mike says, Beatles had the best drugs. I only had one candy. Wasn't I good?
Yeah. One of my favorite Beatle albums was Sergeant Pepper, actually.
Me
The White
too.
Album's good, but I really like Sergeant Pepper.
I had that one too. I had like the greatest hits one. That one was really good. Larry says, no Mike Frog suit. In Arizona, it's illegal to lick a toad's back because they secrete a hallucinogen. And Connie says she loves that one as well. I had the cassette tape of that. I used to listen to it over and over. JJ said, I always thought it was Dr. Pepper. Mike says, you have cane toads there, Larry? Larry says, any Beatles music from the 60s is happy traveling music. And Connie said, no, JJ, that was David Naughton. I don't understand. Larry says, not that I know of, Mike.
What are cane toads?
Mike says, oh, king toads are the good licking toads, so I heard. The good licking toads. Now I've got Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band in my head. CC says, I heard it was.
Ah!
Oh no!
Ah!
Dr. Pepper or Dr. Pepper?
Rocky Puck.
It's Steve C's turn.
Hey, Steve, what happened?
And Connie said, ew. Mike said, cane toads are the toads that Bart took to Australia. And then CC said, drink. And Charles is in, and he gave a face like, I don't know what that face is, like a face, I guess.
My last cut Well, except for the exterior.
You were
And
so close.
yep, my last internal cut. Oh no, I got 2 left after this one.
And
I forgot
Charles
about
said,
the.
"Did I do that?" And JJ said, "Drink." Hi, Charles.
Dag never did just like a corn swaggling nigga singing friggin' chicken. What's up, Chuck? All right. And I was almost a ditty done.
Mike says, "Close as a lingerie shop window."
I beg your pardon?
I don't get it.
Oh.
Charles says, "Not a lot of suppachu Billy."
Oh. Just trying to finish up some Christmas presents for my family members. And just when I think there's light at the end of the tunnel, I get Mo. After I make these last 2 cuts, I'll show you what I'm going to do next.
You mean a new project?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Cool. Connie says she can't find her air blower for her scroll saw. Can you use like tubing?
Uh,
Or is that like a whole machine?
do you see where it connects, Connie? Can you see where it connects? I just pulled the blade loose from the bottom.
Do you say anything for that?
No, I can still use it. It's not broke. I didn't have it tight enough underneath. If you can see where the air comes out, that's called the where the bellows empties. A lot of those old saws used a bellows, and if you can see where that comes out, you should be able to put the tubing for an aquarium pump on there.
Yeah. Good idea. She says, "I have some of that tubing."
Well, like I said, if you can see where that bellows release is, or that little bellows nozzle, You should be able. I think it's 1/4 inch tubing is what aquarium tubing is.
If not, use a straw.
Did that pull out of the bottom again? Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
She said, yeah, I have a ton of that tubing.
We'll see if it will fit on there, Connie. I doubt it's the bigger stuff. The bigger stuff would be 3/8, and I don't think they're that big.
Billy, your clamp may be getting gummed up with sawdust. That's what Larry said. And Connie said, I will tomorrow. Mike said the segmented hoses are machine coolant hoses, very cheap and overpriced from squirrel saw manufacturers.
And Connie, if it fits and your bellows is those were typically rubber. If it doesn't work, you can always buy yourself a cheap aquarium pump and hook it up to the side and rig the hose up there to blow it off using an aquarium pump. It's basically just a bellows pump. So an aquarium pump will work if your bellows isn't working.
She said, oh, okay, good to know. CC said, Google segmented coolant hose, Connie. Connie said, I will, Steve. Oh, yeah, I want to check. Right. I'll be on your Hmm.
Okay, interior cuts are done.
Woo!
Yeah, I think you can get them pretty cheap, Connie.
They have some for under $10. Oh, you already read that.
Okay.
That one's really pretty. I like the trim. Uh-oh. Steve, see?
Oh, crap.
What?
I just spilled water all over the bed of my table saw.
Oh, no. Do you have any paper towel?
I got to dry that up. I don't want it to rust. And that's why I keep it waxed, because water will come up off of it easy. But you can't let it stand there because that ain't good for it.
That's pretty smart.
I keep all of my steel beds waxed.
Steve C said, drink.
Yep. I braked it. But that's okay. Why is that okay? Because
Why not?
I'm putting a straight blade in.
Oh. Connie says, what kind of wax do you use, Billy?
Oh, you dummy. What, Connie?
What kind of wax do you use?
I use Johnson's paste wax. That's it.
Larry
Plain old Johnson's paste wax.
says, I wax my machine table too, but I also have to keep it covered too. The covered too?
Yeah, Johnson's paste wax is plenty good. It's good stuff. I've been using it for years. I use it on the bedways for my lathe. I use it on lathes, all three of them. Uh, this bed right here has been waxed, or this table. My table saw, my band saw, my other table saw is too, but it's aluminum. I don't have to worry about that too much.
Why do you wax it?
To keep it from rusting.
Oh.
And to keep it clean, and so that stuff wipes up off of it easy. All right.
And does it like slide around the wood better?
It can.
Tony says, cool.
Ah.
What's wrong? Maybe you're rushing. I love that little pattern at the bottom. Is it a little owl?
Come on. Do what?
Is it a little owl at the bottom?
No, it's just a decoration. It's just a decoration.
Yeah, Doug said, slow down, Billy. He's only using one hand. I think he wants it done. Steve C says, I'm ready to drink again.
Not with this blade, you won't.
And he's like, come on, Billy. Or, come on, Billy. Doug says, you don't need an excuse, Steve.
Ta-da!
Woo!
They're all done.
Let's see them all together. That's going to be really nice, actually. I can just imagine him now. Where did I put that piece?
Huh?
Nothing.
All right, hold on.
Connie said, very pretty. And Mike said, very nice, Billy.
Well, I still have to sand them up. But thank you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them over here and...
Steve C said, nice, Billy. I'll have a drink to celebrate for you.
Now that you can do. I've still got to sand these last three. All right. Now, change the camera angle.
Cool. That's really nice. I feel like that one competes with the turtle. How are you going to put the ribbon?
I don't know. I've still got to cut. I've still got to cut a backer for each of these. And
Too bad you can't just cut a big backer and then put everything on the one thing.
well, I know, but it's designed to, they're designed to be apart a little bit. One option is to use dowels. I'm not going to use that option. I wanted to use black leather. My wife said, no, use ribbon. So she's going to pick the ribbon out. I ain't messing with it. Ba-dum-bum-bum. I said I was going to show you my next project. I'm about done.
Connie said, that's awesome. And Steve said, that's cool, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. So, like I said, these three still have to be sanded around the edges. But my next one is going to be, there's a Steve Good pattern for like a men's, it's a men's jewelry box basically, but it's rectangular. And I'm going to put this on it.
We can't see.
I'm getting there. Calm down. Can you see what that is?
No, it turned off.
The screen went black. Thank you.
Is it Star Wars? Yeah,
It is Star Wars. This is, two of my sons-in-law are big Star Wars fanatics. And so they're each getting one, except instead of this X-Wing fighter, I'm going to use this one because it's simpler.
Okay.
But I'm still going to use the the Vader TIE fighter in the back. So
Yeah.
basically, it's just going to be the TIE fighter and the X-wing,
Oh, cool. That'll be cool.
and it'll be a relatively simple scroll.
Steve C says, never stop using black leather. And John S. says,
Yeah.
great job, Billy.
Thanks, John. Okay, so let me get back up here.
I think it's really pretty.
Oh, good job, Bill. Thank you. I just dropped one of my knobs down my dust collector, so I'll have to turn the dust collector off and shake that out. But that's not that big a deal. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging with us. 3.5 hours. I appreciate it. Thank you, Robin, for sometimes reading the chat.
Most of the time.
Again, I appreciate it, folks. I really do. I know this isn't going to get a lot of views or a lot of anything, but I appreciate your company hanging with me while I was doing it. Otherwise, I'd have just been sitting here all by myself, twiddling my thumbs, telling myself stupid jokes or trying to sing. I appreciate
I'm not reading that.
I really appreciate it. Doug said the X-wing fighter looked like. I started reading it. Robin's going. Have a good night, Connie. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming. As always, live, most certainly laugh and love. And y'all come back.
Bye, everyone.